hello and welcome back to Sierra Sunday. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel and watching my weekly video. This is actually my first vlog slash video, sit down, talk, what have you video in my new bedroom. If you saw last week's video, you saw my apartment tour. My boyfriend Jason and I actually just moved in together about like, I don't know, half a month ago, a couple weeks, really recently. And so this is my first video coming to you from the new space. And I've showed you guys a little bit of this space before. There is a lot of light in my window here. I'll show you guys. There's like this is my vanity, and I just have these hedges right outside my window. It's really nice. It's definitely a great space for vlogging and for making videos because I've got light coming in from like every which angle. Definitely makes me look a little bit pale. I'm realizing I look like very much like Bella Thorne. What? Not Bella Thorne. Bella something. Edward Cullen. Vampires, Twilight. Anyway, you get Bella. What is Bella's last name? Where was I? I feel like I was just going on a tangent. As promised, I am going to be talking about Halloween Horror Nights 2019, a little bit about my experience working there the last 2 years, and then a little bit about moving forward, what's happening with this year. And because, you know, when you spill the tea, you have to have tea, so I made tea. It just looks like green juice, but it's just iced green tea, and the cup is sweating, so it's dripping all over me. So the last 2 years, I have worked as a scare actor at Halloween Horror Nights. So when I first moved up to LA, I got a job as a scare actor performing in the Insidious maze at Halloween Horror Nights, and I played this like really scary, creepy like demon girl with this long red wig and this prosthetic face thing I had put on, and it was a lot of fun and it was a lot of hard work. And at the end of it, after like the crazy hours and whatever, and I was like, you know what, like I don't think I can do this again. Like it's really fun, but I don't think it's for me with the amount of hours you have to put in versus the amount of money you're getting out of it. You know, I wasn't really feeling it. But I then, when the next year's auditions came around, I had been hearing rumors that they were doing a Stranger Things maze, and I found out that they were gonna have a Nancy face character in the maze. And so I auditioned, and then because I wanted to play Nancy in Stranger Things, and there's like a place where you can write down what you wanna do. And on the form I wrote down that I wanted to be Nancy Wheeler from Stranger Things. And then I auditioned and, you know, didn't hear back for a while, didn't know what to think. And then when I got cast and I had my orientation, I found out that I got cast as Nancy in Stranger Things. And so I was like, all right, well, this is kind of an exception. You know, I'm not gonna be a scary character this year. I get to be in like the really popular maze with all of the press and all the cool like celebrity tours, and I get to play this really awesome face character role that I've wanted to do. So I was like, okay, great, well, this is fun. During the run of Horror Nights, I met Jason and we started dating, and that was obviously something really awesome that came out of me doing Horror Nights. And then as audition season rolled around again, a bunch of the people who watch my videos on Horror Nights or follow my Instagram and are Horror Nights fans have been asking me like, are you doing Horror Nights again? Are you doing it again? What's going on? Like, fill us in. So the long story short is that I am not doing Horror Nights this year. I have decided that I'm gonna be taking that time that I would have been spending at Horror Nights, which is a huge, huge time commitment. You essentially have to be available starting on like September, I think 9th or something, or September 12th, all the way through November 3rd. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and sometimes Wednesday, pretty much from the afternoon until the very early morning at like 2 or 3 a.m. And I already have 2 jobs right now. I work at Disney in entertainment, and then I also am a waitress slash cocktail server at a brewery, and both of those jobs have been really good for me as far as like financially, and it's good hours, and I'm able to work, you know, a shorter shift and then still make enough money that I can in my off time be pursuing like my commercials and my acting career. And I need jobs that are really flexible. And last year I definitely ran into trouble, and if you guys have been watching my vlogs from last year, and if you haven't, definitely check out those series. I will link that in a card right there for you to see. But I got in kind of a pickle sometimes with my jobs, with working at Disney and Horror Nights and my waitress job, because I was trying to balance 3 jobs with conflicting availabilities. I was spending like all my time at Horror Nights, and then between the 3 of those, I had like no time to go on auditions or to pursue my acting career outside of what I was doing with Horror Nights. And this year I have acquired commercial representation, and I've been going on auditions, not only that they've been sending me on, but also auditions that I've been booking myself through either word of mouth and referrals, or also self-submission at certain acting websites. And the thing about auditions is it's super last minute and you have to be there. If my agent sends me an audition the day before, and like say today is what, Friday, say they sent me one for tomorrow at like 3 p.m, I have to go unless it's like a life or death emergency. And so I need to have jobs that can be flexible in order to accommodate that. And let's just say that Horror Nights, while it's super fun, is not flexible. With the way Horror Nights works, it's structured like more like a theater show. If you've ever been in a theater show, you know that like you're cast in a role and you're expected to be there for every single show, unless you had a prearranged conflict. Now, Horror Nights is the same way. They cast one person in each role, maybe you and then your double when you're on set, but other than that, everything is like on you and you have to be there. And so if I get a last minute audition or conflict, I can't just give away my shift to another performer, because that's not how the structure of Horror Nights works. You definitely have to really commit to the full run. And sometimes when I tell people that, who are asking me, I get a lot of people who ask me through my Instagram or through my YouTube comments about like, oh, well, like, what is it like having Horror Nights as a job? And that would definitely be one of the biggest differences, is it's more like being a role in a show than it is a job. And you do make money from it, but I don't think that I would be able to keep my Disney job and my restaurant job at the same time that I am doing Horror Nights. And if I were to quit my restaurant job, then when Horror Nights is over in 3 months, then I won't have either job, because Horror Nights is only seasonal. So it's kind of been something I've been thinking about, but I'm like, I have to choose like which direction I want to take my career in. Do I want to, you know, keep doing Horror Nights and kind of do more stage acting, performing things, which the problem with that is there's not a ton of those largely paid opportunities in Los Angeles. Los Angeles is so much more of the film and the commercial and the TV stuff, and the gigs that I have booked with either music videos or commercials or whatever have been, you know, that's where the money's at. So, and that's kind of like, film is where I definitely want to be growing my career towards, and I kind of had to sit down and be like, well, I can't put, you know, one egg in this basket and one egg in this basket and one egg in this basket, etc. I have to, you know, at one point I have to sort of not put all my eggs in one basket, but put a fair amount of my eggs in one basket, because otherwise I'm doing a bunch of things mediocre instead of doing like one thing or a couple things really well. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. The other thing, and this is kind of where I'm like sipping the tea here, while it is really fun, it doesn't pay super well. And that is a big downside, is that living in LA is so expensive. I mean, rent, car insurance, paying for my car, gas, utilities, just living expenses in general. Buying an iced coffee is like $6.99. LA is so expensive, and so you've got to have jobs that are going to pay the bills. And now with Horror Nights, I did say that I was working a ton of hours, but my hourly rate I got paid at Horror Nights was $14 an hour last year, and right now the minimum wage in LA is $12.50, so it's really only a little bit above minimum wage. And it's still, keep in mind, it's like a temporary job. So it's not like, it's not something that would again be, you know, consistent work. Once Horror Nights is over, you know, I would then have to go find another job. And the amount of hours that I'm putting in, it didn't really net the same versus, you know, at my restaurant job, you know, I can work a 4-hour shift and make really good tips and, you know, make about the same in a night as what I would make at Horror Nights. But the difference is, you know, my Horror Night shifts were about 2:30 p.m. to 3:30 a.m. versus, you know, my server job, if I'm, you know, working in the cocktail server area, you know, I can make, you know, that amount in like 4 to 5 hours. It's definitely been a challenging decision because I want to do it all. I want to be able to do horror nights and keep my waitress job and keep my Disney job and make YouTube videos and pursue my commercials and my film acting stuff and go to auditions and, you know, remember to like cook and eat and spend time with my friends and my boyfriend and, you know, I don't know, sleep. I've had to realize that something's gotta give. And it sucks that it has to be horror nights because it has been such a fun and wild and, I don't know, completely chaotic experience over the course of 2 years. But I also have to realize, yeah, I have to make the best choice for me moving forward with my time and my career and financially what's gonna be the best thing. There are people that do horror nights like 10 years in a row. They are scare actors like for life and that's what they wanna do. And that's great if that's what makes you happy. But I think that the late night culture and the like 12-hour shifts are not conducive to someone who is an everything type of person. If you are, again, going back to my weird eggs thing that I was talking about, if you want to put the majority of your eggs in the Horror Nights basket and then just a few in a couple other things, then I think that's great. Like, that's perfect for you. But for somebody like me or maybe you who wants to, you know, be a performer but also, you know, do YouTube or Instagram, social media, and have also 2 other like paid hourly jobs, and then also have like a huge social life, and then also, you know, cook your own food and go to the gym every day, and like, you know, have all these other things, you know, you have to realize somewhat like you can't do everything. But this year at Horror Nights, I am planning on going as a guest. I've never actually been to Halloween Horror Nights as a guest ever. Jason has been, and up until he was a performer, he had gone like every year for the last 10 years, and I've never been because I get so freaking scared. I do not like scary movies. I get really freaked out. So I am very excited to be going as a guest and seeing what that's like. And I will be vlogging my experience and maybe just, I don't know, vlogging the mazes. That's another thing about Horror Nights this year that is changing, which is really wild, is they are getting rid of Terror Tram. Terror Tram was like where you would sit on the studio tour and it would like take you through the back lot and there'd be like all the scare actors and you could get up and walk around, and it was like an hour-long thing. And they're actually getting rid of Terror Tram this year, and they are adding I think 2 more new mazes or 3. So there's gonna be a total of 10 mazes this year, but no Terror Tram. And I know they're still doing the Jabberwocky show, which is like the guys in the white masks that do the like, you know, like that, you know, kind of robotic techno dancing thing. So they're still gonna do that, and I know they're still gonna have all the scare zones. My really good friend Layla, you guys know Layla, she is actually doing Horror Nights again this year, and I am going to definitely look for her and see if I can catch her on the vlog, because she just got her assignment and she is going to be in a scare zone this year. She's not in a maze, which is super cool because the scare zones are like where the scare actors get to like, you know, run around and interact with you and like kind of like jump up behind you and stuff, which I've never gotten to do. I've been in a maze both years, so I feel like if I got to do a scare zone, that would be super, super cool. I am bummed that I don't get to perform this year, but I am very excited to go as a guest and to then kind of do some videos comparing my experience as a performer versus my experience as a guest, and see like how that has changed my experience, or how that appears to me, like, because I've only ever seen it from the performer's perspective. So I'm very curious to see how that goes. So definitely stay tuned for those videos. Tons of people have been reaching out to me about my Fabletics commercial. If you've seen my Fabletics commercial, comment down below. I would love to see how far that reached, because I know some people in other states have been seeing it on their Instagram and Facebook. So if you've seen it, let me know. I think that's all from me for today. So again, thank you so much for watching this video and tuning into my weekly Sunday video. If you want to comment what you want to see in a future video, it could be Horror Nights related or not, let me know. I'm always open to hearing your suggestions. So thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe, like this video, and I will see you guys next week on Sierra Sunday. Have a great day. Bye-bye.